1920. Do you know how many years? 4,900 years ago, there was a settlement, there was a human being, they built this city and they were living in this city. At that time, it was a very small, as I told you, we can see the 9 level of the Troy. It was a small city. They discovered from the other enemies, they destroyed this city, then they built once again. Then they build once again, then it becomes a very big. We can see the level, the 2,920, which means 3,000, Troy first, Troy second, Troy third, Troy fourth, the level by level. But at that time, they didn't use it with a block of the stones. They were just building the house with the sand and the soil. That's why, the simple house with the wooden thing, then it could destroy so easy. But in Christ 85 to 0 or till the 5th century of the Byzantine Empire, it becomes a really important, and it becomes a Hellenistic city and unconquerable city with the Troy from outside, because it was at the top of the hill. You see the top of the hill, and very strategic. One side is the sea, other side is the ground, the controlling the Dardanelles, Anatolia, and all these things. The castle was top, and it was enemy could never. And because of that reason, they just made this horse, to put the enemy inside, the soldier inside, then to conquer the city from the inside the castle. From outside, it was not possible to conquer this city. Hellenistic time, they built a Zeus altar and the temple. Of course, the city becomes one of the trade center. As I told you, that's the only exit to go out of the Marmara Sea. At the time, with the cruise ship, all the transportation. What was the export thing, the most expensive thing? Even today, what is the best thing? Olive oil. Still, 5,000 years, the olive oil is important. Why the olive oil? Olive oil from the Roman Empire, the first cosmetic. The cream. What you are using, your hand cream, you see when it's the inscription, it's written 2%, 1% is the olive. Even 1% is enough for one big box. And the second thing was the wood, because the wood, these pine trees, and to build a cruise, to build a ship was very important. That is the second thing. The third thing, the olive is important for many things. Olive oil is also very important for the medical things. Number 1, the first oil lamp was with the olive oil. It was like this, like Aladdin lamp, and they put the olive oil inside, and there was a candle outside, like a candle today, Candle, actually, the first generation of the candle made in Troy city. That's why, because the Troy could make the night with a light. Because this city, everywhere was a dark, but the Troy city there was a light. Light, not because they had an electric or a power, they were using this olive oil lamps, and that is for the human being, for those years, it was a very high technology. Whatever. This now we are just going to walk, and we can see the civilization of the human being, how high it was on those years, and we can see at that time in this city there was a pipeline, the water system, and we can see the big jar. This jar we used to use for a couple of reasons. You can see this one. transportation of the sea, the fuel, all the things. Actually, the big city, I will just make it walk fast to visit, let me visit all the Troy city. We are the strongest! Trojan is the best! When you see the huge wall, this is the new generation. This is most probably from the 6th or the 7th. But when you are looking to the a little bit cut, this is perfectly cut. This is a little bit cut. But when you go inside, it's uncut. Which means that is from the 1st or 2nd generation. This is from the 4th generation. This is from the 6th generation of the 6th city, like we say, near to the Christ. Because, you know, we are talking before the Christ 3,000 years, and up to today, we have a people living here.
它应该有代替啊。
有我会转一天这样子出来。
就是这样一块一块装，是头这样贴上去的，贴起来的。嗯，你要推倒它，哪里有这样容易？这么厚的墙哦。
会打不进吗？
嗯，打不进。
还要用那个木马吗？
用那个木马。
Nãy của anh đây coi rồi khá là tốt cả.
Great. Okay, let's. You see the olive fruit, olive tree, and this is Daphne. Delphin comes from the, you know, the very typical tree from the.
路边就有。
这个就有很多果子了，很多果子，像榴莲一样。这个是另外一种，这是另外一种，这个不是，这个是 olive 是这边这一颗。
You can see the olive from here better. You see there is a lot of olive on it.
哦，我们有时候有，哎，在hotel 有吃到的，这条路很咸，
You see the black olive?
Black olive 啊。
Yeah, from here we can see better.
那边有很多的嘞。黑色的。比较好两面。
here we can have the one of the best.
讲得好，啊，这样讲你在哪？
It's strong, very strong, and olive tree can survive around 8 to 1,000 years. Not like others. Here we have a couple of important things. At the time, also very important. That's the one of the best places. Come close by. You see the sea over there? At that time, this was the port. Yeah. You see the Dardanelles over there? We were just over there in those hotel, you know. Our hotel is from here something like 20 kilometers, 25 kilometers. So wait, the city is that was the harbor of the down here, but during they use full city because if one city has no harbor, not good for the trade, and not good for the business, not good for the security, but for only a simple agriculture in the village. Here was the port of the Troy 5,000 years ago. But during the years, the river filled the sea. And this is very nice. Angelina. Helen. Helen. Malaysian, they scared from the dog.
No, I thought.
No, even the Muslim Malaysian, they don't touch the dog.
Ah, yes, that is true.
We are, you know, we are Muslim, but we, you know, I think every 5 hours, one of them, there is a dog. I like cats and dogs. I like the animal except the 2 legs. You know, the human being. I love all the, because all the pets, all the animals are not dangerous. The human being is the most dangerous. You see that this, you know, the very nice design of the marble block. Imagine that on those years, you know, the fine art and all these things. This is from the temple. Yes, this is from temple. As I told you, you know, the many generations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't forget, all these marble blocks, they shape very nice. And also, they colored. Yes, all of them, you know, all the stages was colored. Actually, from here you can understand better. Just come close by. The original, the first generation of the Troy city, it used to be like that. Come from here. Come close by. The first human being houses, like they build the bricks, they dry under the sunlight, and they build, and outside they cover. Yeah, with the mud. I think in Malaysia, old Malaysia, you have a similar design. The first human being houses, and there is some window, small window. From inside, they can see the outside, and also they can attack with the arrow.
带回去做纪念啊。
Troy. And 5,000 pictures, that they are taking a picture. You take a picture, but there is a time Chinese inside. Except you, there is everybody. We can see the very famous another tree, fig.
Oh, this is called fig tree.
On your head?
Yeah, almost in front of me. This one, you like to contain.
And this is the fig tree. Don't forget, fig is.
It's not what we call date.
No. Inside there is like a nut. Inside there is something. Yeah. No, only the seed has. Yeah. This fig tree. Tree is very important for human beings. If you don't understand, fig is also very important. Why? Because you dry it. And when you dry it, you can keep it for a very long time. All this. The number one important thing here. Their horses, with their animals. That's why they had to build a road for the climb to the castle. At the entrance there was a soldier on the door of the castle, and on the both of the side there was a soldier waiting for the guarding for the castle. But all the trade things, all the business things, they just carry, and mostly the center of the castle was the treasury of the palace. Treasury of the royal family. Why? Because out and this is the temple.
Oh, that must be the altar.
Four temples, one on other.
One on another.
Four temples. You see the ground level? At that time, the Trojan had a pagan. And when they come to the castle, when they finish their, the sailing from the far away, they come to their temple, they give an animal, they cut the animal, they give to their priest. The second level, you see the stone and cutted stone. You see the cutted stone? Cutted stone from the Hellenistic term. In the Hellenistic term, they built another temple on old temple. After that, you see the top one is a marble. Then they build a Greek time, and the Greek temple, Athens. This temple of the Zeus and Hercules, because the Hercules was the in the Greek mythology is the strongest god, and they built a Zeus temple. Finally, at the top, you see a couple of stones, at the top of the top. they build a small chapel for a kind of small church. But of course, at that time it was, you know, the pool around. A small chapel for in the Christianity, in the term of the Christianity. Don't forget, here is very important also for the Christian history. If you read the Bible, and there is a 7 letters of the Saint Paul. Is there any one half of the group? I think is a Christian, huh?
Yeah.
Is there any Christian knows a little bit about the book of the New Testament, Old
Letter of
Testament?
Saint Paul.
Letter of Saint
Peter.
Peter.
Saint Peter or Saint
Saint Paul.
Saint
Saint
Paul.
Paul. 7 letters to Saint Paul. Ephesus, Pergamon, Smyrna, Thyatira, Laodicea, all of them down here. Is one of them 100 kilometer, other 150 kilometer. They come by the St. Paul, come by small boat, and in the Samos Island in Patmos, his boat was cracked, and you know these stories? You have to read the Bible once again.
Yeah.
The letters part, you know, at the in the religion history, it's so easy, so simple to understand. First, human being has to scare from something. They look up. What is the strongest thing on the up?
Sky.
Nah.
Sun.
Sun.
Not the sun.
Because in the day it comes, and in the night when it goes, it becomes a dark and scared. They couldn't protect themselves because they had a, you know, nothing. They couldn't see that. That's why the sun, the first human being, believed to the sun. It doesn't matter in which country, from the Mayan, from the, you know, the Far East, America, doesn't matter. But after that, they had to paganism. Paganism. In Egypt, they believe to the cow. In India, they believe to the dog. In Mexico, they believe to the cat. You know, everybody, they say this animal has a something magic. Here also in the mythology of the Trojan, not mythology, because in the mythology they say that if you come from the far away, you come to your city and you have to say thanks to Trojan and cut one animal. Even today, in Muslim religion, every year once in a Qurban, they cut the animal, they give to their temple, to their mosque. Same, nothing changed. 5,000 years, same. You see the ground floor? That was the temple of the Trojan. After that, they built another temple, Hellenistic time. After that, the Greek. At top of it, there was a Christianity comes, and in the Christianity, they make a small chapel because, you know, the day becomes every time converted, updated. Today, there is maybe after 2,000 years, we will have a new God. The new God name will be the Apple iPhone 2077. Maybe, you never know. The other tour group doesn't come here. Excuse me, you are the only group visit the full Troy. Other group at the entrance, see picture, bye-bye. But with me, I will make you a problem because while you are with me, I want to show my culture. I show my history, you know. That's why I wake you maybe a little bit early, but to show you as much as possible. Thank you for understanding.
Thank you. Because I think you know the history, the rest of the battle.
February. You are older than me then. I'm younger. 7 months younger than you. Huh? You are older? Okay, mommy. No, mommy. I think she's the oldest one in the group. He's the oldest one. Theater we are calling amphitheater. This is, we are calling for the small one Odeon. Also they use for the small theater, private meeting, and also for the a kind of meeting room for the, you know, the council, for the senator, you know, all these kind of things. They were doing all these things. How old are you? How old are you? Yes, 27? 0.2 or 5? Okay, then you buy me the coffee. When I find your age. My dear friend, you remember the highway of the entrance of the castle? There was a ramp. This road follow this direction. It goes to the headquarters of the castle. But at that time, they do the very important thing. The water system, the pipeline system, and the drain system. Drain system. You see in the middle, you see there is a hole over there? All the house, their drain goes to the center, and under the main road, they build a pipeline system for the dirty water. There was a toilet every house 2,500 years ago. Today, in many countries, in many villages, they don't have a toilet system like this. And there was the important thing, there was a water here. The water is alive. Whenever all this old city built next to the water, next to the river or next to the lake. Without water, there is no life. Without everything, you can survive. But the number one important thing, water. Water is alive.
Water system.
Ra nữa để chú Mỹ mang qua chọi con nữa ra nữa. Chọi gia đi thả hả?
有一次喜欢，我觉
他
得。
会喜欢这个东西。
比我们都懂得多。他真的是，他这个。
这个就是因为这个